Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to talk about fragrance clones, how I feel about them, I feel like I love them, and how everyone feels about them, everyone judges them. So we're gonna have everyone shut up today and we're just going to talk about how I feel about clones and why I have so many and why I think they're so great. Pretty good intro, right? That was pretty good. I'm gonna start by counting how many clones I have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, with maybe more on the way. So, will I talk about each one of these in detail? No, we're just gonna go through the highlights. Another question you might ask as the audience is there morality in cloning fragrances? And I say, people don't own smells. That's like a weird, does someone own the smell of the New York City subway? Or does someone own the smell of garlic? Or does someone own no, I don't think so. I think it's intellectual property, but they're kind of in a bind because things can smell slightly different depending on what you do to them and blah blah blah. I think clones are fine, honestly. Like, as long as you don't run around trying to sell a clone as someone else's property, like, do what you want. I think that's really where it starts to get a little weird. Like, if you're advertising like, hey, this is a clone of a Tom Ford, it's so good, you should buy it. Don't do that. That's a little shady. But if someone was like, oh, this one smells like a Tom Ford, no one's gonna be like, oh my god, so bad. They'll just be like, all right, well, there's only so many things that things can smell like. And I don't mean to say, like, you know, people should go out with the intention of doing that, but things are gonna end up smelling the same. That's just the nature of fragrances. If you go into a Macy's, half of the stuff in there smells the same anyways. So, yeah, can you really call it cloning? You can, but who really cares? Oh god, that smells good. I'm gonna talk about this clone that I hate. This is Lattafa's Oud for Glory. It is a clone, a very, very blatant clone of Oud for Greatness. They don't try and say it's Oud for Greatness, but I mean, come on. I saw this right after smelling Oud for Greatness and falling in love with it and sampling it and trying it, and I was like reading reviews, people thought it's so close. So then I tried this on and oh man, it's pretty close. Some differences. Number one difference, it smells horrible on my skin. Like, I could keep this in the bottle all day long and it'll smell great, but as soon as it gets on my skin, it smells gross. And that is something that you're going to encounter if you buy something that's not from like a very reputable brand. However, you will still encounter that if you buy things from a reputable brand. So always sample your fragrances if it's an option. This was like 20 bucks, so it wasn't an option, and I bit the bullet and I got a cool bottle, but I'm willing to give this away. If someone wants this, you can have my Oud for Glory. I am not a fan. That is going to be replaced with this. This is my love. Oh my god. This is Supremacy in Oud from Afnan. I love Afnan. I've got 1, 2, 3 Afnans that I could put on this list. They have this beautiful, oh, let me smell it again actually. This might be my favorite fragrance I've ever smelled in my life because it smells like Oud for Greatness, but actually it smells better than Oud for Greatness, which I know, what, a clone being better, it happens. Turns out it happens. This is such a delicious smell. I really do love their take on Oud for Greatness. It's got more nutmeg, it's got more spice. It's just so pleasant. It's huge too. It just fills up a room. I've been in situations in my job modeling where I've changed and I've been wearing that, and people will come over to me and be like, what cologne are you wearing? You smell incredible. Oh god. The chills, the goosebumps from all the compliments. And I love that smell. Like, I wear it for no one else. I just wear it for myself. That one's awesome. I say that to illustrate the spectrum, I guess, of clones. You've got something that you might love that you're like, this is the original but better, or, you know, this is like the original. And you've got something that might make you want to take 2 showers in a row and it still might stay on your skin. Like, you're kind of playing in a lottery. Usually you have to go off of what other people say, and with clones, you're not going to be able to sample them. And that's fine. It's kind of fun to play the clone lottery. Another one that's that I'm kind of not so thrilled about. This one is Insurrection Wild 2 from Rant Tradition. I don't know, this is a cool bottle and kind of a nice smell. Apparently this smells exactly like Mugler's Pure Havane. And I would not be able to tell you if that's true or not because I've never smelled Pure Havane, but I can tell you that this does not smell good to me. I don't really like it. I like the idea of it a lot, and it's just really sweet cherry tobacco, and For what it's advertising to do, what people say about it, it's 100% spot on. For me, if a fragrance hits a certain threshold of sweetness, it's gonna give me a headache, and that's what this does. It doesn't really do it for me. But this was like $19, and it's so, like, the quality of this is really like out of the ballpark. You can get great juice for really cheap, and that's, I guess, the point of this video. Like, the point I'm trying to get across is that expensive things aren't always better just because they have a brand name attached to them. That's why I love thrifting. That's why I love clone hunting. That's why I love cheapy hunting too, for things that, like, this isn't a clone of anything, but it smells freaking amazing. Sunrise Vetiver, $15. This is freaking lit. Same with Ancre Noir Sport. I love the out of this. YouTube, please don't demonetize my non-existent channel. Ancre Noir Sport smells so good. It's awesome. It's not copying anything. It's great. So expensive things aren't always better, and cheap things might smell more expensive. There's a whole, like, underground part of Fragcom that's about finding dupes and hidden cheap gems. So let me talk about the most important clone that I have. This one really sparked my confidence in getting these, like, you know, more, I mean, it's usually Middle Eastern houses, but, you know, in getting these Middle Eastern house perfumes. This is from Al Harman. It's Amber Oud Tobacco Edition. This is Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille, and I can tell you that because I own Tobacco Vanille. And I mean, come on, Tobacco Vanille is so expensive. It's so expensive. And this is like $40, and it smells exactly the same. I mean, exactly the same. I wore this to set one time, and a model was there. We were both doing Estee Lauder, and I sat down next to this model, and she's like, "That's a very triggering smell." And I'm like, "Oh, so I'm sorry, I didn't mean to." And she's like, "My ex used to wear Tobacco Vanille." She was very intense about it. It was really funny, and she had no idea that I wasn't actually wearing my Tobacco Vanille that day. It was this, but it sparked that conversation because it's just smells. No one has the right to own smells, in my opinion, because they're smells. I love smells. If you've been watching this video so far, you probably also like smelling things. What can I say? I know my audience. This, like, proved to me that clones are here to stay. They're beautiful, they're lovely, they're premium, the quality's there. And for something that's like such an important smell to me, which is Tobacco Vanille, this knocks it out of the ballpark. They also have this, like, Baccarat Rouge clone, which is great, and I tried it because I was like, I might as well get one if I get the other. This is spot on. I don't wear this that much because I wouldn't wear Baccarat that much. I realized that after I got it. Oh well. So what do I think of clones? What should you think of clones? I don't know. Whatever you think of clones, leave a comment down below. If you like this video, give it a like. If you dislike this video, please give it a dislike. If you have not yet, please subscribe. I'll get better at asking about that in every video, but pretty bad at it right now, and it feels awkward every time I say it. But please subscribe because I'm trying to get better at it, and you can get better at it with me. Thank you so much for making it to the end of the video with me, and I will see you guys next week. Thank you so much.